In this lesson, we will examine other cut list features, and we're going to be using two models for this lesson. The file name for the first model is Workbench Drawing Cut List Table, and the second model is Workbench Complete. You can locate both of these models by going to the Working Files folder. In the previous lesson called Managing Cut Lists, we discussed why some of the fields of the cut list table are not populated. If you recall, anytime we have plates, end caps, and/or gussets, the fields in the cut list table are not automatically populated, and this is something that we need to do manually. Now, first of all, we need to figure out exactly what items 19 through 22 are. Easiest way to do that is go to the Annotation tab and auto balloon the view. So I'm going to select auto balloon, select the view, and then OK. Now, looking at the drawing, it appears item number 19 is the workbench top. Item 20 are the end caps, 21 gussets, and 22 the base plates. Knowing that information, we are now ready to begin to populate the fields for items 19 through 22. So how do we do that? Well, we need to go back to the Weldment part file, open Workbench Complete, expand the cut list, and to begin, I am going to right mouse click on item 1. I will select Properties, and on the screen appears a property list for item 1, specifying the length, angle, description, and material. However, we're concerned about items 19 through 22. So I'm going to scroll down, select item 19. Notice in the properties, we only have material. We want to add a description. So I'm going to click inside of this box, select description. The type is text, and the description will be workbench top, and the size is 10 by 824 by 2564. We're going to do the same for item 20, description, type is text, and the value for item 20 is going to be end caps. And the size of the end caps are 5 by 36 by 36. The same for item 21, description, text, and the value is gussets. And the size of the gussets are 5 by 150 by 150. And the last item are the base plates, description, text, and the value is base plates. And the size of the base plates are 6 by 100 by 100. I am now going to select OK, return to the drawing, and notice the fields are populated. Now let's take a look at how to add a new column to this cut list table. But first, I want you to notice anytime I move the cursor above the cut list table, a light blue column header appears along with a row header. So I am going to zoom up on this and then move my cursor above the column header for D. We want to place this new column for weight to the right of the length column. So I am going to right mouse click on the column header D, select Insert, and we want the column to the right. Now, before I populate the fields of this column, I am going to size the table down so we're not on top of the item numbers. I'm going to double click inside of the E column and type the word weight. Click outside of it. Now, in order to populate the weight field, I need to do the same thing that I did with items 19 through 22. I need to return to the Weldment part file, right mouse click on one of the items. We'll go with item number 19, which is the workbench top. Right mouse click, Properties. I'm going to add a new property, and this property is going to be weight. And notice weight appears in the dropdown. I'm going to leave the type at text, and I'm going to key in a value of 100. Select OK, return to the drawing, and we will see the field is not populated. Now, why is that? Well, there's one more step. We need to left mouse click on the column header E, and the property manager appears for column. Now, right now, the radio button user define is checked. We want to change this to cut list item property. Select the dropdown and select weight. Click OK, and now the field is populated. Now, before I conclude this lesson, I do want to mention one last item. In order for a cut list table to appear in a drawing, you must first update the cut list in the Weldment part file. However, once the cut list is updated in the Weldment part file, from that point on, every time you open the drawing file, the cut list table is updated automatically.